It is slightly different because return on assets also in the denominator includes non-interest bearing debt. So return on invested capital actually is a better measure than return on assets, but it is very similar. The other difference is that return on asset has net income on the denominator. Okay? So return on invested capital is actually a better indicator than return on assets. But it is similar because return on asset also measures the return on, it's a mixed indicator because on the top we have income that is available only to shareholders. On the denominator we have the entire asset base. So it is a little bit of a mixed indicator that is difficult to interpret. That's why we can use this return on invested capital. If you forget it, it is on the slides, okay? You have these slides, right? Okay. So the next thing that we're going to look at, I mean, as we saw, the company has grown at a pretty high rate. One of the problems that companies encounter when they grow at high rates is that they lose control over their management. And that has negative value implications. So the collection period shows how effective we are in collection. The DSI is an inventory management indicator. The shorter the days sales in inventory, the better. That means higher inventory turnover, more efficient use of inventory. The accounts payables period tells us how long it takes for us to pay our suppliers. Now, this is actually some sort of a double-edged sword because for us to pay the suppliers as late as possible is better, right? Because that means money stays in our pocket. So, from a cash flow perspective, paying after a long time is better. But it has also a risk. We might strain the relationship with the supplier. But if you're not paying your suppliers early, they will not be very happy to sell you, right? They would like to be paid too. Sometimes when we stretch these payment periods long periods, then our relationship with the suppliers maybe get a little bit tensions. So we need a balance there. So that's why we have to be carefully evaluating this. The other two ratios that shows our ability to manage our sales. You remember the average, the asset turnover ratio. This tells us how much investment we need to generate sales. This is sort of a gross indicator. This is more specifically focused on fixed assets. How much fixed asset investment should we have to generate sales, right? So for $1 of investment, how much sales we are generating is an indicator of efficiency. So when you look at all of these, look what is happening in here. 2005 to 2007, what do you see? The asset turnover ratio, meaning for every $1 of investment, how much sales we are generating, is on the decline, right? What does that say? That is, we are losing efficiency, right? So while we are growing, we are losing efficiency. But they turned it around in 2008. Suddenly the ratio started to edge up. So that's a good thing, right? So obviously there is something that is going on from 2007 to 2008. Maybe management became aware of the problems and they start to solve those problems and their performance improves. When we look at the average collection period, it increased substantially. That is, the collections start to get delayed. There's a little bit of improvement in 2007, but much more improvement in 2008. So this means that the company started to pay attention to its collections, which improved its performance, right? That means that they had to make less investment in working capital because now they are collecting early. We can see a similar trend in inventory. Days goods in inventory was 178 days, went up to 204 and then a huge improvement again from 2007 to 2008. I'm sorry?
Maybe there is no improvements, but only changing the accounting methods.
Well, that's a good question. It is possible. You're right. I mean, maybe they're using now a different way of accounting for it. But you see so many different improvements. I mean, if you saw only, let's say, improvement in the inventory management, maybe that would be something that we would be suspicious of.
But if it's all...
I mean, there are many indicators that are suggesting that they are doing something good. But that's a very good question. We should always ask that question. See if there is any change in the accounting method. And is this, what we see as improvement is an artifact of that accounting method? That's a very good question. Fixed asset turnover, it was about 16.3 and it dropped to 15.8 and eventually 13.6. That is a problem. That means that to generate sales, we need to make more investments, which is a sign of inefficiency. But this is not unusual for high growth firms. Now think about this. Let's say you open a new distribution center, or you open up a new store, right? Now, do you think this store is going to be very efficient the moment you open that up? Or will become profitable the moment you open it up? You need a little bit of time, right? I mean, you need to promote the place, people will start to learn, they will come, the traffic is going to increase, so it will take a little bit of time. So when companies actually grow fast, sometimes these assets do not immediately become productive. It might take a little bit of time. So maybe we see an implication of that in here, and that might be possibly because of that. But again, it's always good to be skeptical. I mean, you need to say, oh, why this is happening? I mean, there are some businesses that this might not be the case. There are some businesses that there's always a lag until the productivity picks up. The other important indicator in here is the accounts payables period. You see, there's also a change in there. We used to pay about in 42, 43 days. We dropped that to 29 days. What happens when you pay early to your suppliers? Huh?
You can't gain suppliers' face.
You can't gain
Supplier face. They believe you.
Well, actually, they will be happy because you're paying faster, right? Paying customers are always good. But you're losing your money. Yes, I mean, that means that actually when you're paying earlier, you need more cash, right? But there is a particular benefit of paying earlier. Sometimes when you pay early, you can get discounts from your suppliers. When you get discounts, your profitability increases. Okay? So that is a possibility. Maybe they are getting some advantage of early payment, and that's why maybe their profitability is increasing a little bit because they're getting discount. But in order to see if that is really happening, we need to go check the gross profit. Let's check the gross profit. What happened to the gross profit? Do you see any significant decline in the gross profit? Not significant. There's a little bit of a drop, but not significant. Maybe that is not the story. I mean, that discount is not really the case. But again, having good relationship with suppliers is a good thing. But in this case, it doesn't look like they are taking advantage of discounts. Okay? So, cash conversion cycle used to be about 240 days. In 2007, it was 242. They included actually 212 days. So, although they're paying earlier, their cash conversion cycle became faster. This means that they had to make less investment in their working capital. Okay? Despite the fact that they are paying early. So that's a good thing. And we owe that to improvement in collections and improvement in image management. Cash conversion cycle is when we buy inventories, we put cash, right? That inventory in the process becomes or turns into sales, right? So the faster we collect and the later that we pay, the shorter the cash-to-cash period. Okay? So that's an indicator of that. That is how quickly a purchase that we make turns into actually cash back. The money goes out and then comes back, right? That takes about 212 days for us, for this business. But it used to take about 240 days. There's a lot of improvement. So we are getting cash quicker. Okay? The last indicator is the leverage. Now we're going to see if companies' leverage is increasing. We have a particular concern in here. The concern that we have is that if the debt of the company is increasing fast, the fixed obligations might increase and might create financial distress or some sort of an insolvency problem. Right? So we're going to check if that is really happening. So when we look at these indicators, first of all, let's look at the total liabilities total assets ratio. That ratio is about 51–53% as of 2008. Now, just to give you an idea, I don't know how this ratio is in your country, but in the US, on average, US companies have about 35% of their capital financed through debt. The average US company has 35% debt in its capital structure. That figure is higher, for instance, in Italy. It's about 55%. In Germany, about 50%. It is a function of the extent of development of the financial markets, particularly equity markets. If the equity markets are developed, that means that companies can raise equity easier, and therefore they have larger equity. I mean, in the US, equity markets are very advanced. So US companies rely less on debt, so that they can actually operate with more equity. But in Germany, for instance, equity markets are not as developed, or in Italy, it's not as developed. Not as much as in the US, at least. So that's why they use more debt than equity. This is actually higher than the US average, but when you look at the trend, it is increasing a little bit. But it is not outrageous. I mean, if it were like 70%, you will be concerned about this. But 50% is just a manageable rate. And there is another way just to check if this ratio is really high or not, is to look at the debt to market value ratio. So we look at the market value of companies' assets. In this case, when we consider the market value, that ratio is about 32%, which is pretty good. Because equity of the company, market value of equity of the company is much higher. As a result, the debt ratio is not very high. Okay? So it is always good to check whether debt ratio measured with the market value of assets is still high or not. In this case, as you see, there's quite a big difference between market value-based ratio and the book value-based ratio. Now, in this case, actually, something that is very informative is this times interest earned ratio, interest coverage ratio. That is an indicator of our ability to make our interest payments. Now, if you look at the trend in here, it was 10. So our operating profits was 10 times our interest expenses. Then it dropped to 4.5, which is not a good thing. It just slightly edged up to 5, and then in 2008 it just went all the way up to 13. 13 is a very good, I mean, your operating income is 13 times of your interest liabilities. So that puts the company to a very safe position because its operating income is enough to cover its interest expenses. So when we consider times interest earned ratio and the debt ratio measured in market values, we don't see a problem in the company's leverage. That this company is not really increasing its risk. So the performance is going up, but not necessarily its risk is increasing. I mean, if the risk was increasing while performance was increasing, we would be concerned about it because if something goes wrong and if our sales decline, then we would find ourselves in a difficult position. But this doesn't look like the case for this company. So when we put all of these together, when we look at the profitability, efficiency ratios, and leverage, what we see is pretty good. I mean, this company is doing what? It's improving its sales, it's improving its profitability, it's remaining reasonably efficient while they do this. So, I mean, if I were an investor, I would be pretty happy to invest in a company like this. Okay? So, now, why do we do this? There are two reasons we might be engaged in this analysis. One is like an investor. And I would like to invest in a company. I want to understand how they're doing. So, as an investor, when I see all of these details, I can make a decision whether I should invest in a company like this or not. Two, as a manager, right? I mean, if we look ourselves and how we are doing, are we profitable enough? How is our profitability progressing? Are we efficient enough? Where can we improve ourselves? How we can improve our performance? Are we relying too much on debt? Is it putting our shareholders at risk? Right? I mean, we use this to evaluate our own managerial performance and see how we can improve it. All of these tools actually are also managerial tools for improvement. Okay? So two ways, or there are two reasons why we conduct this analysis. One is just for managerial improvement, or managerial assessment or evaluation. Two, investment analysis. If you become a financial analyst, work for a brokerage company or an investment bank, you will do this all the time. Okay? Or when you work for a private equity company, when a company makes a big investment in a company, you will have to go through all of these analyses to decide whether you should make that investment or not. Okay? Now, in countries like Azerbaijan, where the equity markets are not very developed, foreign investors usually look for what we call private equity opportunities. That is, they come here and invest in privately held companies, not public companies. There are a lot of opportunities for those type of investments. So the private equity companies from the US, from Europe, are looking for opportunities all around emerging markets to see if they can find companies that they can invest and improve those companies so that they can sell them at a higher price later on. Usually private equity companies make investments, manage the company for about 3, 5, 6 years, and then sell it at a higher price, and that's how they make their money. And they hire a lot of locals because you need local talent to understand what's going on with these companies, and that's an opportunity for you guys to participate in that market. There is one other thing that I did not emphasize, but there are current ratios. If you think about current ratio, it tells you how high your current liabilities as compared to your current assets. If your current assets are large, you can always liquidate them to pay your liabilities, right? So if that ratio is high, you will feel safe. There are two versions of it. One of them is standard current ratio, where you take current assets and divide it with current liabilities. There's another version of it. It's called quick ratio, because some people think that inventories may not be very liquid. If you're a company who have, let's say, inputs that cannot be used by others, your inventory may not be very liquid, and selling them could be quite problematic. And you will have to sell it at a very low price, or it might take a long time. So inventory sometimes may not be liquid. That's why we take away inventories out of current assets and recalculate the ratio. If it is still high, it's good. But if it is low, maybe we need to think about it. It might signal some problem. In this case, both current ratio and quick ratios are pretty high, and the company, as we talked about, is not really facing any type of financial distress. And this supports the earlier analysis that we had further. Okay. So this is the way we use all of these thoughts. Okay.